What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So, look, I was just having a conversation with y'all earlier about the young male student who was getting his hair braided by about 4 or 5 of his students at one time. And I talked about how I felt like it was inappropriate, right? And so I put my thoughts and everything, not everything, but a lot of what I articulated in my video, I put it on my Facebook page. And I saw a lot of pushback, a certain amount of pushback from people saying, hey, you know, um, we're more than just teachers to students. We build bonds with these kids and stuff in ways that parents don't build bonds with children. Would it have been any different if it was a woman that did this? There's a difference between them playing in his head and them just taking down his hair. He's probably the cool teacher in class. And see, this is the problem right here, y'all. A lot of y'all are too busy trying to be cool with kids that y'all allow boundaries to be crossed. I'm not saying that you can't build bonds with children and effectively communicate with them. I feel like there are other ways to do that besides them taking down your hair in class. Um, have them help you decorate the classroom, decorate the bulletin board. Have them help you do some arts and craft to again decorate the class. But I just don't believe that like letting the children play in a man's hair. I don't think that's okay. As I said before, I've seen personally certain things start off in ways that you can think is innocent, but things take a left turn. Like I told y'all before, I went to a high school where a gym teacher he was giving girls, he was giving them cookies and love. He would go to Subway and ask them, hey, did you want something from Subway and all this and all of that? And the girls would joke, hey, I think he trying to flirt with me. He be looking at me a certain way, right? And some people are like, no, he just really nice. He's just really nice. And that same teacher ended up getting one of the students pregnant in my high school, right? And so I'm not saying that guy, the guy getting his hair braided, I'm not saying he's a predator. I'm not saying he's foul. But there needs to be boundaries set between teachers and students to me at all times. Because sometimes, certain boundaries can be crossed when you letting them take your head down and all of that. They can start thinking they're on your level because you letting them take your head down. So they start talking to you any type of way, start talking to you like they're on your level and not like you're the adult and they're the student, right? For two, again, like I said before in the video, young girls, there are some young girls who have crushes on their teachers, right? And the man could not be doing anything inappropriately, but some young girl might take certain stuff the wrong way. Oh, Mr. Such and Such has let me take down his hair, so that means he possibly like me. He let me take down his hair. He might got a crush on me back. So let me say this to him. Let me say that to him. Let me rub against his back. So, and I'm not saying young girls are fast, so I'm not casting aspersions on young girls because that would lead to me casting aspersions on my own 13-year-old daughter, and I'm a father, right? But we know that some girls have crushes and some of them can go out of their way to express it or, get out of hand in doing so, right? And I feel like when you allow them to braid your head or take your hair down, rather, they start thinking, hey, maybe some of them could get confused. Maybe he likes me, etc., right? And then you have some situations, we hope and pray that our kids are not in school with predators. We do, but we don't always know. I just told y'all that story about that man. There was a gym teacher having a child with one of the students. Now, he didn't go to jail because the girl was 18, right? But he got fired because technically she's a student that shouldn't have happened in the first place. But there are grown men who get jobs in schools and lust over these babies, right? And I don't know why a lot of y'all trying to act like it's just because I've seen some people say y'all always quick to sexualize stuff. Brother, sister, we just watched the Nickelodeon documentary, right? And these grown people was making inappropriate jokes with kids and having inappropriate alone time with adults and all of that. And certain stuff was getting out of hand. Some people were having people's numbers and being always left alone with kids. And the first thing y'all said was, where were these children's parents? Why were they allowed to have this type of communication with these adults? Y'all was saying that, right? When that Nickelodeon documentary came out. Now it's everybody just always sexualizing stuff. I'm sorry. I don't trust the world we live in like y'all do. I don't. I don't. I've known children, young girls who've been violated in the worst way. I've known of young men who've been violated who didn't say anything until they got older because they were embarrassed to do so, right? So I'm not operating in this world like I'm not operating with the assumption that everybody is just all good people. Yes, we would hope that these people are that people that teach your kids are good people. But how many stories we've heard recently where children have been where where children have been having inappropriate relations with with teachers, etc. Right? Come on, dog. Like that's not far fetched, and I think people need to acknowledge that. Don't act like this is just something that we pulling out of thin air. Furthermore, I see a lot of women defending it. Oh, what's wrong? He probably the cool teacher. He can play in their hair. Ask any active father that y'all. I'm talking about an active father. Ask any active father, would he be okay with his daughter playing in a grown man's head? I guarantee you they're going to tell you no. I guarantee you they're going to tell you no. Because they know what type of gateway that opens or certain, like it opens a gateway to inappropriate communication, right? And I just think it's a professional decorum that should be kept at all times. Playing in no, man. He can have it. Why his woman ain't taking his head down? They want to do hair, go to cosmetology school. The teacher's not for that, man. I'm sorry. I'm snapping. I'm livid. I got a 13-year-old daughter. I see my 13-year-old daughter taking a teacher head down. I got a problem with that. Why is this happening? Why is this going on in class? I don't care if it's a whole bunch of people in here. Because it was a whole bunch of people in gym class with that gym teacher I told y'all about when he was giving girls cookies and all of that. And he still found a way to get that girl's number, to communicate with her outside of school and take her home and all of that and and impregnate that baby. Right? I don't care if she was 18, still was a child. Still not developing the mind that did not have the cognitive development to understand that she was being groomed by an adult like that, right? So I'm not playing those type of games, y'all. Oh, we connect with these babies. We spend more time with them than y'all do. Yeah, you do. But there are boundaries to everything, y'all. I'm sorry, it is. So yeah, man, I just believe that, man. I'm not for those type of games. I'm not for that, man. People can say what they want, but when you're a father and you know what's out here, I don't care if it's a woman either. No, like I said before, it opens it. I don't trust some of these women out here as teachers. They be freaks too, in the worst way. So I ain't gonna act like, oh, because it's a woman, it can't happen. A woman can't be inappropriate with young girls because they can too. And like I said before, sometimes when you let kids take your head down, they start to look at you like they on your level or you're on their level, and they start talking to you crazy, start talking to you different, and talking to you like they wrong. When I made my post on Facebook, I saw a lot of people, again, defending it. Man, y'all tripping, and I hate to be like this, right? But a lot of my folks from Mississippi was defending it. And personally, when I was in Mississippi for college, I saw a lot of kids talking to adults in ways that in Chicago, it would never fly. In Chicago, grown 18-year-old kids talking to grown administrators crazy, talking to them like they 18, 19 too. My mama would slap 5 from me if she heard me talking to grown administrators like that. And in Mississippi, it was known that a lot of these kids in school, teachers and all, was telling, matter of fact, one of my friends on Facebook was talking about how her gym teacher was telling her, when you 17, you 18, you mine and all that. Some of these grown men in these schools be looking at these young kids, hoping and wishing, can't wait till they get 18, licking their chops, licking their lips, looking at these little babies. And don't act like it's just not a thing that ever happened. Let's be for real, man. I'm not for that. So I don't care what people talking about. People can do what they want to do with their children. Mine ain't doing. It's not happening. Mine ain't playing in no grown man head, taking their head down. And we not doing that. We not doing that. No, and I wouldn't allow it if I'm that teacher, because I know certain boundaries need to be cut off. Like I told y'all before, my daughter 13. She 11. She was 11, 10. I don't know. She was 11. She about 12. No, recently. She like 12. She like 12. Dad, can my friend come spend the night over here for the weekend and with me, her girlfriend? No, baby. Daddy's in here by himself in his house. I don't know. First of all, don't even ask their parents that, because I don't know what father would be okay with their daughter coming to another man's house with him and with her best friend. And we not doing that. Even if they know me, I'm not letting my daughter go to no grown man house at his house. And because my daughter want to go be over there with her best friend. You going to your friend's daddy house. And it's just him in there. We ain't doing that. No. I ain't never been no predator in my life. I ain't never sexualized no little babies. I'm protective of all these little children. More than a lot of other adults. But I know how things could get twisted. Things could get misconstrued. You know, I just know I don't leave no room for none of that. I don't leave no room for no messy stuff. We not doing it. I could be getting out the shower one day. The girl opened the door or something on me. Next thing you know, yeah, man, her daddy was walking around and he was in there naked. And we not doing that. We not doing that. And yeah, I could lock the door. But sometimes people forget, right? You know what I mean? Or I'm getting dressed in the room. The girl think it's the bathroom, open the door on me while we not doing that. So no, my baby, her friends ain't coming spending the night at my house when it's just me at the house and all that. Y'all can go to my mama's house, you know, with that woman in there, the grown woman and she woman in there. Watch over y'all. I'm living by myself. You ain't now. Ain't no little kids, no little girls coming spend the night at my house with my daughter. I'm just because I wouldn't be comfortable with that happening. With my daughter going to no grown man house and she coming over there to spend the night with her friend and this other grown man. No, I'm not okay with those things. I wouldn't allow something to happen that I wouldn't be okay with my daughter doing. That's just the type of man I am, the person I am. But again, ask any active father, would he be okay with his daughter with his daughter taking down they male teacher's head and see what they say. And see what they say. My daddy wasn't playing that. Not playing that. My daughter mama ain't playing those type of games at all. We've seen men grown kids and all of that, and I'm not saying he is. I don't think he meant any harm by it. But he got to know there are boundaries that should not be crossed. A lot of y'all be dying to be cool with these kids and dying to be these kids' friends, which is why a lot of them not learning like they supposed to anyway. Right now, again, learning continues at home and all of that for sure. But it's just a lot of people. Do you know how many people I know in teacher positions that I know play way too much? That I know be trying to be too friendly, buddy with kids, and they all teachers and all of that. Like, the lines get blurred. The kids start forgetting that you are a teacher and an adult. They start looking at you like you're a peer. You're not their contemporaries. And there should never be any type of things should never get misconstrued the way they think you are. You know, but that's just me. What do I know? I'm just a YouTuber that's a father of 2 children. Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm out. Peace.